On 11th day of September in the year 1893, the world saw a rising phenomenon in the form of a young Hindu monk who, while addressing the Parliament of World's Religions at the Art Institute of Chicago in the USA, brought Sanatan Dharma to the center stage. This monk was Swami Vivekananda. He emphasized that in the core of Sanatan Dharma, now popularly known as Hinduism, rests the essence of multicultural pluralism with humanism. He emphatically revealed that a Hindu monk is not just about mysticism, but also has highly evolved understanding of human civilizational values, can accept anybody and everybody from any faith as a true devotee of that highest truth, whom the Hindu calls the Parabrahma, the Muslim calls Allah, and the Christian as God, besides many other names by various other faiths. It was this spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam that flowed through Sri Swami Sivananda, and he brought humanity under the umbrella of yoga of synthesis by creating a universal appeal for it, keeping Sanatan Dharma preeminent. Be good, do good, be kind, be compassionate, serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize are the famous teachings of Swami Sivananda. The spirit of Gurudev Swami Sivananda was to make humanity realize its latent power of divinity and be in communion with the Supreme Consciousness, the essence of Holy Scriptures and all religions on earth. In early days, while his books and literature in English language were the source of connect for his disciples and followers from across the globe, his awe-inspiring magical persona attracted a large number of young minds. Swami Satchidananda, Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Venkateshananda, Swami Krishnananda, Swami Satyananda, Swami Vishnu Devananda are some of his brightest disciples who came to him at an early age. But with his intense grooming and disciplining, he transformed each one of them into a world-class teacher. Amongst the true and inspiring representative of this illumined galaxy of blessed awakeners of humanity, there was a bright star, Swami Chidananda. He was the illustrious disciple and later became successor of most revered Swami Sivananda. Swami Chidananda carried forward the divine legacy of Swami Sivananda by committing to fulfill his Guru's vision and aspirations as the only mission of his life. Whether it was creating a sustainable shelter for the lepers in Rishikesh, or conducting satsangs in every small village or a megacity, or meeting the Pope, or visiting the White House, in all these activities, he performed his actions as part of his worship towards his Guru and the Supreme Divine. Saints from all communities revered him with utmost respect, but his humility always led him to bow first in greeting the saints. Sparkles of humbleness in him won infinite hearts, and this became a great learning for others following him. Swami Chidananda was born on 24th September 1916 to Srinivas Rao and Sarojini as the second child among the 5 children. He was the eldest son of the family. His pre-monastic name was Sridhar Rao. During his childhood days, his spiritual life was shaped by Sri Anantaya, his grandfather's friend, and Krishna Rao, his maternal uncle. In the later stage, Sridhar's spiritual life was much more influenced by Ramakrishna Paramhans, Swami Vivekananda, Ramana Maharshi, Papa Ramdas, and Swami Sivananda. Sridhar Rao's elementary education began at Mangalore. In 1932, he joined the Muthaiya Chettiar School in Madras, where he distinguished himself as a brilliant student. His exemplary conduct and extraordinary traits earned for him a distinct place in the hearts of all teachers and students who came into his contact. In 1936, he was admitted to Loyola College, whose portals used to admit only the most brilliant of students. In 1938, he passed out with a Bachelor of Arts degree. His stay in Loyola College in Madras provided him with an ample opportunity to understand Lord Jesus and assimilate the essential teachings of Christianity. Though born in a wealthy family, in the early age, he shunned the worldly pleasures and devoted himself to seclusion and contemplation. In June 1936, he left his home without informing anyone in the family. After a vigorous search by his parents, he was found in the secluded ashram of a holy sage some miles away from the holy Tirumala mountain shrine. He returned home after some persuasion. Ultimately, in 1943, he decided to lead a life of complete renunciation. He was already in correspondence with Swami Sivananda Saraswati and obtained permission to join the ashram. On arriving at the ashram, he was assigned the charge to look after the dispensary. He became a man with the healing hand. The growing reputation of his divine healing hand attracted a rush of patients to the Sivananda Charitable Dispensary. He was well known as Dr. Rauji. In a very short span of time after joining the ashram, he gave ample evidence of his brilliant intellect, wrote articles for magazines, he delivered lectures, and gave spiritual instructions to the visitors. It was also in the first year of his stay at the ashram that he wrote Light Fountain, an immortal biography of his Guru Sivananda. On 10th of July 1949, on the occasion of Guru Purnima, he was initiated into the holy order of Sannyasa by Swami Sivananda. He was given a new name as Swami Chidananda, a name which connotes one who is consciousness and bliss. In November 1959, Swami Chidananda embarked on an extensive tour of America, sent by Swami Sivananda as his personal representative to broadcast the message of divine life. He returned to India after 3 years of conducting many satsangs in March 1962. In August 1963, after the attainment of Mahasamadhi by his master Swami Sivananda, he was elected as president of the organization. After his election, he devoted his time to hold aloft the banner of renunciation, dedicated service, love and spiritual idealism, not only within the organization, but also inspired the hearts of countless seekers throughout the world. During this period, Swami Chidananda Saraswati toured extensively to serve the devotees of the society. In the year 1968, Swami Chidananda undertook the global tour at the request of numerous disciples and devotees and visited all countries of the world. Wherever he went, devotees received him overwhelmingly and listened to him with full devotion. Swami Chidananda propagated the philosophy of harmony, unity, and the faith in infinite paths to reach God as the basis of the religion. His aim was to get all closer to God, irrespective of what name one uses. Swami Chidananda was invited to chair several international, interfaith conferences and parliaments, world peace summits for his role as a true spiritual leader, an immortal soul, a great yogi, and a profound master of the contemporary times. Sri Swami Chidananji left this mortal world on 20th August 2008 at 8:11 p.m. at the age of 92. Swami Chidananji's passing away left a huge void in the hearts and minds of seekers who search for ultimate truth beyond the transitory and fleeting. In his passing away, he had left strict instructions for his body to be immersed in Ganga quickly, which is a Jal Samadhi, and no spectacle be made in terms of mourning.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
as in life, Swami Chidanandji remained a humble, simple monk, upholding the highest values of India's monastic traditions. Despite being the president of an international organization with centers across the world for 45 years, besides being an ideal preceptor to thousands across the world, he always considered himself as a servant of Holy Master Sri Swami Sivanandji Maharaj. This epitome of humility and service, icon of compassion, Vedanta personified, saint, sage, and God-man that the world has seen, is no more with us in his physical form, but he is forever enshrined in the hearts of all of us. His thundering voice, radiant immortal Atman, will always remind us to move forward, onward and Godward. Swami Chidanand's contribution to the renewal of the modern world, in uplifting the poor and downtrodden, in serving God in man, in spiritual regeneration, in mass awakening, in global interfaith religious unity, will be written in the annals of humanity for as long as this planet exists. Until his last breath, filled with love, humility and compassion, he served as the servant of all living beings, including creatures and plants. May we follow his footprints and draw inspiration to live a life of truthfulness, purity, kindness, compassion, humility, love for each other, and service to mankind.